Okay, I'm going to go through quite a bit in this video. Firstly, starting with those that want to learn to trade and potentially make a career out of trading. This video will be quite insightful for you, as well as those that want to understand, some realities of trading. So it's basically just going to be me going through data, and this is my data, discussing the realities of trading. If you're looking to get into this industry or looking to learn how to trade, just have a listen, and then you'll have a bit more clarity towards the end of this video. So firstly, how trading works, and most people don't actually realize this, is there's no such thing as some holy grail strategy that is going to just make you money every single day and you're just going to win and you're not going to take losses and all these things. That is the reality of it. Instagram portrays quite a different reality, however. So truthfully, my strategy, according to historical data, which I'm a big fan of, the more that you study the past, the better you can sort of predict the future, put it that way. So my strategy has an average win rate of, on really bad months, I'd say about 43-44%, and then on good months about 60 to 65%. Now that changes every month, and I'll show you throughout this video. However, every time I win, my wins are twice the size of my losses. So that's why I've made these sort of breakdowns for each month. So the months are random in this video, but we're going to go through them all. So this is April 2025. I took a total of 45 trades in 3 different trading sessions. The Euro session, which is a sort of pre-London. Then I took London session and I took New York. You can see at the bottom, there's the performance for each. Now, let's look at New York. We got 10 wins and 5 losses. That's a really good win rate in that session. Okay. The result for that was plus 15R. Now, what R means, and a lot of you on my signals group will also need to understand this. R means risk. So if you risk 1%, 15R means 15 times 1%, which equals 15%. If you're trading a prop firm account, you risk, let's say, $2,000 per trade on your challenge or your live account. 15R equals 15 times $2,000, which equals $30,000. That's where the money comes in. Don't look at the money and look at the system, because if you look under streaks here, longest losing streak, 7 losses in a row. This is where most people change their trading. They say, okay, this doesn't work, on to the next. Then they'll try something. If you look at my win streak, okay, 4 wins in a row. This is the holy grail. The 5th trade, they go and put their life savings on one trade and they lose everything. This is why what you need to do is, in trading, you need to show up every day. You need to do the same thing every single day. And you need to remove your emotions fully. So there's something that I read every single day for myself to this day, even though trading full time, you pick up a lot of good habits and you eradicate the bad ones. But what you basically need to say is, today's outcome doesn't matter. Did I execute correctly? And did I, avoid making mistakes? That's what matters. So this is April, win rate 55% more or less. Total R for the month plus 30R. Now that's a prop firm challenge passed both phases plus a 15% payout. But you would have had a 7 loss streak in that month. So you need to ride that out. That's irrelevant because there's an edge. Let's go to the next month. June 2025, win rate 46. A lot of you would say that's a poor month. That's a poor strategy. Doesn't work. Look at your total RR, 19R. Show me legit results out there of guys that are averaging this every month. Now, there definitely are a few guys that are making these returns, but there's not a lot. And a lot of the stuff you see on Instagram is very fake. Here we go again. Longest losing streak, 5 losses. People would have fully changed their strategy and think that this doesn't work. Those of you that are learning or want to learn from me or are learning from me, the most important thing is show up every day, execute the same thing, and trust the sample. Because, every single month this year you would have been profitable, and every single month last year. July 2025, 22R, very good month. Longest losing streak, 6. So you can see it's normal to take losing streaks. I took one last week of, I think, about 4. Then you take 3 wins in a row and you're in decent profit. You can look at the win rate per session again here. Study that. This always changes every month. I don't know at the beginning of the month that New York's going to have a low win rate for that month. I have no control over that. All I have control over is executing. Next, October. Now this month, this was one of my best months in my life ever. 47R. This is, in simple terms, for you that don't know how good 47R is. If you invested $500 and got an FTMO, for example, you would have been given a challenge. You would have passed your challenge, passed phase 1, passed phase 2, and that leaves 47 minus 15. So the rest of that is pure profit on your live account. So you take 47R minus 15 from your two phases, you're left with 32R. That's $32,000 if you risk 1%. You're going to be having bigger issues about not getting paid out because your payments are so high than actually making profit. And a win rate here was 60%. So you see how much money you make when your win rate is high. You've got September, also very, very good month, 37R, 54% win rate. You've got November. You can study all this data. Now, those that are looking to be in the signals or that are on the signals, I don't send every single trade I take. I don't send, for example, here, 61 trades in the month. I don't. I select them randomly. So that data will be slightly different, although it's still very profitable. Then you've got December. December, normally a bad month, but here it was quite decent. Longest losing streak 4, win streak 3. See how the wins, you're winning less than you're winning less than you're losing. You're losing quite regularly, but you're making very good money. So that's why I loved making this into a bot, because it automates it. It removes my emotion, or it removes all the emotion. It just does it all for you and you don't look. Then you've got January this year. That was the first month of the year. Was also 45% win rate, so low win rate, but 21R. So you ride out the losses and you make your money. February, 36% win rate. Terrible month. Still ends 6% profit. Now that should tell you everything. You've had a losing streak of 5. You're basically losing all your trades that you take. It's very brutal on the mind, yet we're profitable. Now here's March, plus 12R, 4 losing streak, 40% win rate. February, March, terrible months, but you're making money. And then May, finally May, ends 15R, 41. Also a bad month, but it's still a good month. You're making money. 15R, if you have a live account, is 15 grand or 30 grand, depending on the size. Or it's a challenge passed and now you're live. So that is the part of this video that is explaining to you, how to work off data and how trading actually works. Is that you're not going to win all your trades, but you need to survive your losing trades to make money. You need to show up and take the losses and look at them as expenses, because the more losses you take, then your wins are going to come, and your wins are what make you money. You could make your monthly return in 3 days, in 3 very good days of a month, and the rest are just break even or losses, but you're still making money. So if you change that mindset, you will be fine. This is why most people actually fail trading, because they don't understand the realities of it.